Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Golden Ticket Case 3, The House of Doll. We are back.
Hello, we are back. I live.
Okay, so when last we left off, Laura was being harassed by a teenage boy. There had been some minor altercation between Random, Pete, and the teacher of the class.
Mostly random in the teacher. Pete pretty much got scot-free.
Yeah, just a bit. A snobby girl, Josefka, tried to give Laura a hard time and got a fly in the mouth for her trouble. And there's been a bit of back and forth between Adenea and June, along with Lucy.
Lucy, who's feeling a little bit... Was it jealous or just upset?
Adenoid was the status. So yeah, she's annoyed. Basically she's a bit annoyed by Adenea. I don't think she actually believes that that June would, prefer Adenea over her.
Right.
So, sorry, minor technical issue. So yes, Lucy's a bit annoyed, and yes, so would anyone particularly like the spotlight? Okay, so I'm going to put the spotlight on... I'm going to put the spotlight on Riley.
Okay. As far as I know, she is in a little bit of trouble. She is sitting... On one side is Laura, who she's not entirely sure about, but is still trying to protect her. And then on the other side is Pete, at the same table as her. With sharpened pencils.
With sharpened pencils, which is I'm sorry, pardon me.
No problem.
Yes, with sharpened pencils, which is quite relevant in this case. Pete smirks a little bit as he gingerly picks up one of the pencils. He's not particularly trying to hide his actions, at least not from Random. He holds the pencil underhanded and sort of just slowly creeps it down underneath the desk. And Riley can feel his intent. To harm her, to stab her with the pencil.
Xenomorph has acid blood. Xenomorph has acid blood. Xenomorph has acid blood.
All right. What are we doing? Is this a go toe to toe, or
If- Go ahead.
I believe it's a go toe to toe.
Yeah, if on the one hand I could be setting up and be a change the game, but it seems like this is at the point, so toe to toe is better. Okay, let's see. Supernatural might.
Yep.
Mantras. Go on.
Did you make that your broadcast?
I should at this point instead of the explore my free will.
Oh, well, no. If you made explore your free will your broad tag, then by all means keep that. I just couldn't see where.
Yeah, it's listed as broad next to that one. It's there's a lot of tags on my character.
I see that now.
Okay.
All right, supernatural might.
And mantras of power and terror are the only two I can think of right now for this. Inured to the horrible since using acid blood means getting stabbed, but that's about it.
Yep. I am going to hit violent instincts. Just you may react rather than also possibly constantly reacting first.
Okay, cool.
Because you may want to just take the hit, but that's fine intellectually. It's a bit different in practice.
Indeed. And right, that's not going to be.
You are also unsettled.
Oh, that's down to a 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
I could do explore my free will, but I think I would rather save that for in case I need a defense.
Okay.
I miss. This is not going to be good. With violent instincts in play, that means you could encourage me to actually, yes, react.
Okay, so I am going to make something horrible happen. He tries to stab Random in the... Random flicks her hand to block it. and scores her skin on the tip of the pencil. There is a spurt of acidic.
Acidic blood.
Yep. The pencil itself gets trapped between basically three levers. Two levers and a fulcrum. When it hits the edge of the table. And both of you being supernaturally strong, it shoots up into the...
Oh no.
bounces off the ceiling.
Oh no. Oh no.
Arcs over Laura's head and slices Darren's arm. Not particularly deep or anything, but he gets a bit of a nasty gash very suddenly.
It's covered in a little bit of acid, so that's gonna scar.
Yeah. Well, the acid probably got it through his clothes.
Oh yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah. So he just suddenly leaps up, grabs his arm, and starts, screaming and carrying on.
Oh.
The pencil skitters off underneath, a bunch of desks, out of sight, out of mind. Mr. Scrivener turns and growls, "Darren, what?" Darren's like, "Something hit me." Most of the students were either too busy looking at their books or concentrating on the lesson or concentrating on something other than what just happened. So only the people who are paying attention have any idea that this is what has just...
Is Pete pointing at Random? Because I have this feeling that Random's going. Random might not. I have this. I don't know if she would would do the point at Pete to say he did it type thing, while he points at her. I don't know that she come to that mind, but wow, this is bad. Oh, who all seems to be paying attention?
I'm sorry, Thrith. Do you mind if we pause for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead. Should I pause the recording as well?
If you would like, it would probably save on editing.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Yes, some technical difficulties there, but we are...
Yep.
So, Mr. Scrivener, upon hearing that one of his students has been hurt by something, goes over and, manages to pry a couple of Darren's fingers up to see what the damage. And he immediately sort of hisses and pushes the fingers back down, tells Darren to keep some pressure on it and everything, and then starts looking around. He spots Laura, because Laura's the closest student there. And he says, all right, Mr. Richard, you need to go and see the school nurse. Laura, if you don't mind, would you escort Darren to the nurse's office? The flat look of despair on Laura's face is a sight to behold. But she sighs and stands up and says, "Yes, sir." Looks to Riley. Do you watch my stuff, Riley?
Yes, I can watch stuff.
So Laura escorts Darren out the door. Should we switch spotlight over to Laura at this point?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Arriving at the nurse's office to find it currently empty, the nurse wrench is not in. Darren moans and groans and complains.
Not winning any favors from Laura that way. She's seen quite a lot worse.
Oh yes, no, not particularly. So, yeah, Darren's like, dude, this really stings. Laura sort of rolls her eyes and says, "Don't be such a baby, it's just a scratch. Sit down." She goes over to collect some, goes over to the first aid cabinet, collects some bandages and things and disinfectant and stuff. Puts them in a tray. Wheels them over. She still remembers and was really good at first aid and everything from her training. However, she's forgetting something quite important as she chides Darren. In her zeal to help, she pries Darren's fingers away from the cut.
Oh, and forgets the blood issue.
Yep. So she sees the blood, which immediately begins to dribble down his arm the moment the pressure's removed. And the smell of it hits her. And the cravings start to come back. So, what do we think this is? Face danger?
I think take a risk to start and face danger if.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to say the best intentions,
Yep.
I don't think it's first aid for the take of risk.
No, that's more resilient.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm. Predatory senses are working against her at this point.
Yep. Flawless grace. It would be very ungraceful to just chow down.
This is true. I probably wouldn't tag that if it wasn't the broad tag, but it is.
Yeah.
Nothing in hypnotic beauty. Feminine paragon, maybe. It wouldn't be. No,
No,
I don't think.
there are some feminine roles that would totally give into that.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to tag Blood Bond for Veronica as a weakness. Do we think splintered personality?
I think that's what triggered the event, so...
So no.
Yeah.
Soiled Soul?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I think that's it for this one. Does Ennui... I apologize to people for my
Ennui.
pronunciation. Ennui, thank you. I knew I was getting that.
I've actually taken French, unfortunately.
Yeah, I should know Ennui. From multiple different sources. Should that add? Well, that should subtract.
Yeah, I guess it should, because this is a sensation.
Power -1. Oh dear. What the heck?
You resist that impulse like a champ.
Yeah. That's kind of disappointing, though.
Could always hold it off till later or something. Like, you could be the not in the school in the middle of the day. That would be too risky type thing. I don't know.
Alright, well, I guess the dice should fall where they may.
And you still have the option to, of her own free will, like, chow down.
Oh, I should. Splintered person. Do I mark attention on Cure the World for splintered personality?
Good question. Do you want to do it that way? Because when we start doing it that way, we're going to have to do it all the time.
Yeah. Okay, let's not at the moment. But Hypnotic Beauty does get 3 attention, and I've picked Go for the Jugular to improve.
Oh, nice.
So
you're able to put on some really hefty, psychic
with
whammies.
all you've got.
Psychic whammies on
people.
Yes. Or if you use it as a distraction before clawing them.
Yeah. Indeed. Alright, so... Yes, so let's say the the scent and sight of the blood does, like, she gets the craving and everything, and then suddenly, like, but manages to pull herself away and compose herself for it, which Darren just plays off as, oh, girls, the sight of blood. Probably tries to make a joke about, not be not being such a baby to her.
Oh.
It's just a little blood. Which means when she returns to pick up the disinfectant and everything and starts applying it, she gets a bit of Schadenfreude from his yelps of
High-pitched
pain. Yeah. Indeed.
It's just a little disinfectant.
Oh, yes. It hurts like nothing else.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Alright, spotlight back on. Right.
Yeah. Now, it occurs to me that there was a thing I wanted to do before, at the end of last session, that I forgot to do this time. That
Do tell.
I wanted to get a scent of the room and what was going on in it. I wanted to do get a load of what kind of people were in the room with us. Now, two of the people I wanted to scent are actually out of the room now, so a little bit late, but
Well, you can do those two when they get back.
indeed. But yeah, she's going to
Alright.
be kind of sitting in a rather odd posture. Not, she's in the chair fairly passively, like you're supposed to. She probably still has a little bit off on her posture, because she doesn't have still looks human as a thing anymore. She'd has to actually go it. So the only thing keeping people from realizing she's a little bit odd is that the mist, and the fact that she's not doing something very seriously inhuman, except for just did the acid blood thing. But Ripley looked more or less human when she did it. So she is going to be kind of subtly sniffing the air while trying to switch between watching Laura's stuff and watching Pete's actions.
Alright. Did you want to get the sense of the room, like do an investigate?
She can actually smell people's souls. It's one of the advancements I picked up on Monster Covered in Blood. So yeah, she wants to get investigate tell of the room. Yep.
Alright. Yeah, let's do an investigate then.
Yeah. Well, she has scent of souls, and sadly, I think that's about the only. Try to make friends, but I don't think that's got.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
Yeah. So I think the only thing she has for investigation really is scent of souls. So.
Alrighty. Yeah, and the garden doesn't sort of come in here. Alright, I can't see any weaknesses. So.
Okay. Here we go. Well, it's not a miss. Oh, it's one off of a success. One question.
I get to pick one.
Okay. Is there blood on anyone's hands in this room that I don't already know about?
Yes. All right. The answer to the question is Adenea and Charm. Do I expose you to danger or do I ask you a question? I think I ask you a question.
Go for it.
What does Riley think of Laura's situation, as in the transformation that they've undergone and the link that they now have with the vampire, considering what Riley now knows?
It's very tenuous. It sort of puts them on this level that movies would equate to a sibling relationship, but those never work out very well in movies. So, on the one hand, this is one of her first connections and people that she's learned to build the word friend, build a definition for the word friend around that extends past what it means in horror movies. And on the other hand, she seems to have been created by the vampire according to past information. Maybe not by her blood, but we don't know exactly what went into making Random. And Laura is definitely directly created by the vampire. So there's a chance, going by the standards of the fiction, that Laura and Riley will end up having a rather dangerous relationship in the future. On the other hand, they could have a very close one, because that happens too. But it's a very dangerous situation in her mind.
Interesting.
And now Adenea figured that all out somehow. I'm guessing. I'm supposing who's asking the question. But anyway.
Yes. No, it was Adenea, but the thing is, Adenea is observing the body language between Riley and Laura, and knows a bit about what's been going on, because you know she was involved with the villain of the previous case.
Yep. And also, when Riley starts, Random starts. Now I'm defaulting to the Riley name too. Random gets the scent of blood. She recognizes it off of June. She recognizes it off of herself and probably the small traces that are over where Laura was. Pete's relatively new to it, I think. And Misha is also relatively new to it. But she kind of pauses and gets a more solid posture and kind of creaks her head back. And since you didn't ask anything that indicated that they noticed her noticing, I'm assuming they don't catch sight of her when she looks back at him and starts growling low under her throat. I'm
To
assuming.
add in there.
No, not directly at her, just kind of low, and that's not good back there, that kind of thing. The animalistic reaction to feeling something dangerous.
Yeah. Understood.
Pete would definitely hear her, and I actually might have to do a sneak around to avoid people hearing.
Or is it a... Well, you're not really doing... Oh, you would have to do a sneak around because of Mr. Scrivener.
Yep, he's the main one I would have to sneak around, because I'm already in
Yep.
trouble with him, and he's got to learn
Yep.
up. Okay. I'm going to do more human, because it might not come out as loud as it otherwise would. And I think Misha's going to notice Random's posture and start doing no gestures from her seat. So to Misha.
That's okay. I have a thing to do after we finish.
Oh dear.
Pats. It'll be fun, I promise.
Okay.
What? Anything else, or is that it?
I don't have the subversion theme anymore, and even when I did, it was more for physical hiding than deception. She never really understood the idea of lying. I don't think try to make friends applies here, and this isn't really a free will thing, so even the broad tag doesn't apply. So I think this is about all I've got.
Yeah. Do you think disjointed responses would apply?
Yeah, because this is one of her verbalisms that strikes people as weird.
Okay.
Why does that give me a thing of 2? Let me reset real quick, because I've got checked powers somewhere.
Yeah. So more human, Misha Dawson, disjointed responses. Yep, there you are.
Okay.
Must have just had something ticked.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go.
Sneaking around. Someone unimportant noticed you, but that just made them important, right? You are perceived only by a secondary sense. You must leave something important behind or be discovered.
I don't think the third one applies to this situation, but...
No, it does not.
I will put a thing at the start here saying that Anne felt a bit out of the weather, so she sat out of this session.
Yeah. Oh, it was a technical issue.
Oh dear.
Yeah, her sound and computer was mucking up.
That's even more unfortunate.
Yeah.
And this will go to the blooper reel.
All right. I am going to say that Harmony Judd notices.
Oh, the activist.
Yep. I can see no way that this could go horribly wrong.
Yeah. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Mhm. All right. Now, the horrible thing that I was going to. I am going to ping Misha's Forced Outsider week.
Oh dear.
So, while Misha is distracted by trying to tell Riley not to do anything silly, Chana sneaks a can of soda out of her bag. It's warm soda too, and she gives it a good shake. And then slips it over next to Misha. Oh, actually, what's better here? Could she just hand it to Misha?
And what, Misha, as
No,
Misha's,
no, she slips it over next to Misha.
Oh no, I know exactly what's going on here.
Do tell?
She's gonna get. Oh. It's a setting someone up for a fall type thing.
Yep. Yes. So, yes, the shake can of soda suddenly like explodes, showering Misha and getting soda everywhere, which sets the most of the class off into howls of laughter as Misha sort of stands up dripping wet, covered in sticky soda.
Oh. Oh no.
Which will be a face danger for the social.
Yep. And I think that definitely is going to be a +1 tier to alert and had enough.
Yep.
Okay. I like the fact you worded that as +1 tier instead of gains gains a 1 status. It makes it move a lot faster.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Well, if it was gains 1 status, it wouldn't be, you know.
It would be a long-term issue rather than a scene issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Um.
All right. So, how do you face this social?
Okay.
Unfortunately, Laura can't help here because she's out of the.
I am. Ooh. Is there any way Random saw who did it?
Let's see. I think you didn't, But if you want to do another investigate, you can try and work out who did from the reactions around.
Yeah, because if she knows, then her reaction is going to be to draw attention to herself by making a play.
Hmm.
But she's going to try to avoid charging that person who is an innocent, because that always goes wrong. Uh,
Hmm.
let's see. Yeah, I'll if I have enough time to react afterwards, I think I'll do Scent of Souls.
Okay.
And the pack is my definition, so a sense of definition.
I agree.
And I think that's about it. Does Unsettled work against, or does this play into that?
I think it plays into that because you're feeling some level of paranoia.
Yep. So I'm not gonna
So,
mark it as a plus because I don't think it's that much of a plays into it.
sure.
Oh. Okay, investigate. Any weaknesses?
Not that I can see.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Who did it?
it was Chana.
Is Mr. Scrivener moving to accuse Misha?
Yes.
Before he can say anything, Riley's going to dart out of her table and try to make a dash across the room, maybe clearing some desks to make a to head for Charna. She's not going to do any sort of shape changing or anything. She's just going flat base self, which is still superhuman.
Let's see. It sounds like a take a risk.
Yeah. Regardless of the physical conflict, which I don't think will go anywhere because of the lack of powers being involved. The idea is she's trying to take on the attention.
The other problem here is that you're ignoring Pete.
Yeah, this is confirming Pete's worst nightmares, worst opinions about her as well.
And he will attempt to stop her if he gets a chance.
Yeah, Pete stopping her will still take the attention off of Misha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is rapidly turning into a cluster something.
Yeah, but I can't really see. Random doesn't have an idea of social behavior good enough to do anything but fall on her sword.
Yeah. You know what? We might say that Lucy wasn't feeling well before this happens, and June took Lucy out to,
Okay, yeah, that'll work. I can put that in. I can also put that in at the. I can put that in at the beginning of this time. Okay. Well, yeah. I'll put it somewhere.
Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty. So that way that she's out of the scene and gives us a good excuse for.
Yep. Okay.
Alright, so taking a risk.
The risk being getting stopped by Pete, getting in trouble with Scrivener, which actually getting in trouble with Scrivener is pretty much happening.
That's a given. The severity of getting in trouble with Scrivener is going to depend on a face danger check.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, go on.
Yes, this is just a face the risk for Pete attempting to stop it will either be, yes, Pete attempting to stop Riley, and yeah, if that doesn't happen, then we'll deal with Riley actually getting to Chana, because that's going to be interesting.
Yep. Okay. So she's engaging in as limited human a fashion as she can. So more human.
Mm-hmm.
Since the definition was used in the investigate, so no.
Yep.
Explore my free will. I am ignoring so much threat.
Yep.
Um.
You're ignoring authority too.
Yep.
We're not trying to make friends at the moment.
Nope. Trying to protect friends. It is Misha, so I will go ahead and mark the thing with Misha. That's going to be an emotional push to her actions.
I agree.
And she's deliberately not using powers, so Mantra's speed and power are out of it. Supernatural might is out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any weaknesses?
Violent instincts is working for you at the moment. This feels like an overextended.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
So yeah, let's ping overextended.
Done. And attention marked.
Cool. Take a risk at power 2.
Woo!
Pete attempts to tackle Riley, but fails, misses, trips over the chair, and goes sprawling across the...
Okay, so Random is not even paying attention to Pete at the moment, though physically anyway. There's probably some part of her that's sort of relieved, and the rest of her is going to be focused on trying to grab up Charna's collar and slam her into a wall.
All right, so this is a go toe-to-toe, because Charnas will see Riley coming, and she is surprisingly fast.
Yeah, I would have had to engage supernatural stuff to catch her by surprise.
Yep. So this is a go toe-to-toe at -4.
Oh, good gravy. Can't use more human, can't use Misha, can't use free will. I think no matter how much she tries to keep it down, supernatural might is going to be working for her.
I agree.
Let's see. Inured to the horrible doesn't make sense. I'm not appearing out of nowhere because I did not use what I could to make that happen. And I don't think Unsettled works for me.
No. But it doesn't work against you.
Yep. So it's going to be a -3 toe-to-toe.
You don't want to tag Xenomorph moves fast?
I'm not using Mantras. She's deliberately not using Mantras. I would love to use Xenomorph moves fast.
Okay, so -4 on that.
Oh, they made it so where you can't take it below 0 on these things. Cool. Yeah. Also, if I start engaging Xenomorph moves fast, I mean that's going into tail and claws and rubbery skin territory. That's a lot of panic.
True. Fortunately, I don't see any weakness tags.
Yeah. Okay.
For this one.
So, this is going to hurt unless I get really lucky and pull out a partial success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you.
Oh, wow. It was close. It was close.
Mm. All right, so things are about to get really messy because despite Riley is used to being physically dominant.
Yeah.
So she is caught completely by surprise when Chana stands up, dodges her, and pulls a pair of scissors out of seemingly nowhere and stabs her. Let's see. She's going to soften the blow a bit, so this will be a status 2.
Hmm.
Nasty cut.
Okay. And no face danger on this because I already went face first into it.
Correct.
Okay.
Mr. Scrivener is going to snap. Hmm. So he's shouting at the top of his lungs about, demanding what the hell is going on, and is storming in the direction of Chana and Riley. What's your reaction? Riley's been stabbed. Or cut, rather.
Ooh. I think in the face of actual physical damage, she's going to go ahead and kind of regress back to that instinctual thing. I'm going. You said she got grabbed and pushed. What exactly was the maneuver?
Chana simply dodged the. Was it a tackle that she was trying to do? Claw? What sort?
She was trying to push her against the wall.
That's right. Yes. So Chana just sort of simply dodged out of the way, and on her way past, there was this flash of a blade, and then a cut in Riley's side. So you sort of just squared off at the moment. Now, there's a couple of things I want to ask.
Go ahead.
Harmony notices, Harmony sees that Riley's been cut. So she's sort of halfway out of her chair, eyes wide. Misha is also there, admittedly covered in sticky stuff, but that's not going to stop her from trying to hold back Riley if she would do.
She would. Yeah. I mean, this is getting into a month and a half hanging out.
Yep.
Yeah, she knows Riley's Random's knee-jerk reaction is to literally eviscerate.
All right. So would Riley let Misha stop her at this point? Because
Yes.
yeah. So Chana is sort of standing there while Misha grabs Riley and holds her back physically. Chana's just sort of standing there with an amused smile on her face and does this little sort of sarcastic way. Um, the scissors just she sort of just moves her hand so that she's hiding the scissors behind her back, and then when you next see her hand, the scissors are completely gone. As Mr. Scrivener storms up to Riley and Chan and starts chewing Riley and Misha out. There is yelling and shouting and shaming and all of those sorts of things.
Oh. Okay, is this a fresh...
This is a fresh face danger.
Okay. I don't think I can employ Misha because she's also a target.
She is yet.
I am trying not to hurt people. I'm trying to fit in, so try to make friends. This isn't making...
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that makes sense. Inured to the horrible.
Right, because being chewed out verbally isn't terrible. Isn't the worst thing.
Yeah.
Explore my free will?
No, not really. You're facing the consequences of exploring your free will.
Good point, yeah. I am going to do more human, though.
Yep, that makes sense.
And maybe a sense of definition. That one's a stretch, but I'm gonna...
I'm not going to give that one to you. It is. I think it's a little bit too.
Yeah, that's why. It's just I may have misworded that in a way that's hard for me to make use of, so I may need to think about that.
Yeah,
that's
just fine.
I can see two possible weaknesses. I'm only allowed to suggest one of them as a player.
All right. What is your suggestion?
Force. Go on.
Also, if you want to suggest both of them, please.
Well, the two that make sense in this case are falling on her sword and forced outsider.
I agree.
Yeah. And I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Did you mark the attention?
I did, yes.
Okay, good. All right. Power 1. Face danger.
Woohoo! That's not great.
No. Oh, I should have also pinged in trouble for a minus, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. This is a status 3 detention.
Oh, joy. After school detention.
Mm-hmm.
At least, there's ISS too, but I'm guessing this is going to be after school. Oh.
This is going to be after school detention.
Okay.
And you are sent to the principal's office.
Oh, hello, Principal Coin.
I'm going to say that Laura arrives back at the tail end of the shouting.
Okay.
Oh, actually, let's rewind a little bit. Laura walking back to class with Darren.
Okay.
I think Darren's the sort of so and so that would attempt to. Oh yes, he has locker room talk 4.
Yeah.
This would, yes. So he is going to be hitting on Laura on walking back to, hey, do you want to go on a date? Do you want to go to a movie, have dinner, something like that? Probably goes as far as showing off his muscles and everything, and generally being an embarrassment.
Double checks to see that his name wasn't Gaston. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Laura's just sort of kind of wishing she just ate him. So, what do we reckon? Face danger, go toe to. It could be a go toe to toe because Laura.
If you can go toe to toe, you might be able to push him off without having and without having to take any status on your own. If it's face, I think in this case there's equal chance of him taking a hit as you, so probably go toe to toe.
Yeah, I agree here. All right, so
We had an early habit playing this game to use face danger when we should use other moves. So
agreed. I agree. But learning, we hadn't played a lot of this.
no, we hadn't.
Mm.
It's been a nice experience to figure it out. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I don't think the best intentions.
No.
Living lie detector, because he's going to be lying his ass off about how awesome he is.
He would not fit in well with a bunch of Norse Vikings at all. Doesn't know the difference between boasting and lying.
Mm.
Yeah.
Therapist training?
Hmm.
I don't think so, because she's she's not using it to help him. She's going to be using knowledge of psychology to hurt him. So
Dubious ethics and probably righteous anger.
Hmm. Well, maybe not righteous anger. What about what makes people stop?
Sure.
All right. Flawless grace.
It's your broad tag, right? Yeah.
It is. Yep. I don't want to start tagging the hypnotic beauty tags at this point. I don't think.
I think if you were trying to trying to enchant him, maybe, but in this case you're trying to stab him.
Indeed. All right. I'm going to tag dispassionate facade though.
Oh yeah.
That would dull the bite of her response. Possibly dysphoria, dysmorphia. This is an unfamiliar situation for her to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
All right, so that's That is a power to go toe to toe. Should I tick any of the statuses? She's got unintentionally encouraging. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's definitely a minus on you.
Yeah.
Ennui would not, because ennui would actually be a plus in this case, because ennui is lack of reaction, so that's a plus.
Yeah. So I should hit that as plus.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right. Going toe to toe, power one.
Oh, there you go.
Hmm. I'm going to say block, dodge, or counter their best attempt.
Which,
So,
hmm. Go on.
so I'd say after a while of this, Laura, like, they're just about to get back to the classroom, and Laura just sort of stops and just sort of cuts the legs right out from under him. She said, "Darren, seriously, shut up. I'm just not interested. Let's get back to class." Which bruises him a bit, but he grumbles something about her not knowing what she's missing. And, probably also mutters something about, giving him another chance later.
Yeah, especially since he didn't take a status.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they arrive back at the classroom just as all hell breaks loose, but too late to actually do anything about it, and Mr. Scrivener's going ballistic. At Riley,
Now, I did succeed in the take a risk, so all the trouble's on random rather than Misha. Well, all the
they're
mechanical trouble.
the mechanical trouble, yes, although Misha's probably going to have to do some detention because Scrivener's blaming, well, at the moment, Scrivener is blaming her for the soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, Misha's going to start with, but I didn't bring a soda in. I don't know where it came from, all of this.
She had the soda. That was her soda. Not
I'm going
pointing so much, but just sort of looking towards China.
I'm going to say that Laura sort of quickly strides over and says, "Sir, I can tell you, Misha didn't have a soda. That's not. Yeah, we were sitting with her all through lunch. She didn't have time to get a soda or anything. She didn't bring one to. I don't even think she drinks soda."
I wonder if the taste of soda has gone out for her, and she's just been drinking water a lot since she's come the rift of Frankenstein, of the creature anyway.
It's quite possible. So I think this is a convince on Laura's part, if you'll let me, since she still has this.
Yeah, I'm expecting a random to get sent to the is already in detention, but anything to help
Yeah,
clear Misha is fine. That's kind of the intention.
yeah. All right. I'm going to say the best intention. Flawless Grace. This is a new role, right?
Yeah,
It's a different
this is a
situation.
different situation. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Beguiling looks.
Yeah. Even yeah.
Hmm. All right. Any weaknesses do you think?
Let's see. Familiar stranger. That's a status. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll tag that for mine.
wanting to say dispassionate facade because you might not sound like you're really interested in all, so you might not sound like you really.
This is true. Okay. Wow, getting a lot of attention on Hypnotic Beauty.
Yep.
All right, let's convince. Do I have a tag from
Take a plus
Cure the?
one because random is going to spin to help.
Ah, awesome. And this is dynamite.
Oh, one off.
It's unfortunate.
The funny thing is, I used the engage my free will thing on take a risk, which would have made that dynamite. I forgot to mark it, but I was one off of
Mm,
that as well. So it's like
oh no.
we've been one off dynamite all night.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So unless he gives in, he would take a tier 2 status of
Um,
reasonable doubt.
I think more on the minds of worn out
Hmm.
because that's kind of a teacher thing to get worn out by the students.
All right. What do you think? Does he take the status or
I
is Misha saved?
I think we've had multiple. I think in this case, I'm going to lean towards Misha being saved in this case, quote unquote saved, because there's still this. I think the soda thing's going to still get reported to her parents, and her family's still my nemesis.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is going to make stuff worse between you two. Between you and her family.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah, we'll have to come up with some stuff that happens between them at some point.
Yep.
All right, so Misha is quote unquote saved, but Riley has detention and is sent to the principal's office.
Yep.
So, shall we switch the spotlight to Riley in the principal's waiting?
That makes sense. Yes.
Possibly a bit of a time skip. Principal Coin, after conferring with Mr. Scrivener, once Mr. Scrivener is able, calls Riley into his office.
Now, the one of the things is that contrary to her behavior in the classroom when all those people are around, she shows no sign of stressful behavior now. She's still kind of got the physical mannerisms of not quite human, and she's got kind of joint her joint movement kind of goes beyond what humans can. In some places, just not always easy to catch. Um, but she comes in and sits down just easy as please, and doesn't look like she's cares. she's worried at all about detention. Kind
Ms. Dorsey,
Yep.
I'm not sure you entirely understand the predicament that you're in.
Predicament is the predicament. The problem is over.
You do understand that you can't be attacking other students.
Hmm. I didn't really attack. I pushed.
Pushing is still an assault.
Kind of gets a little bit of confused look on her face, but decides not to say, but she's still alive, or she's not bleeding, or anything like that. Just kind of keeps quiet.
Hmm.
She was searches for vocabulary. She was bothering Misha.
That still doesn't give you any right to assault her. You're quite lucky that I'm not calling the police. But I think between your guardian and into in-school disciplinary action, we can make sure that this doesn't go on any permanent record, particularly if you would cooperate with me on another matter.
Can I get a scent of him real quick?
Sure. This would be an investigate.
Yep. Scenting of souls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think much else occurs because I don't.
So, I am going to get you to tick inured to the horrible.
Oh wow, that's not a good thing. Oh. Do you have anything else that seems to go in there? I have a suspicion, but
A sense of definition. Oh, I love doing this.
Okay.
Okay.
Part of me is sitting here thinking maybe I should be saving those for a face danger, but I want the investigate.
It's okay.
Okay.
Alright, so not falling on your sword, not placement limits or overextended. Not disjointed responses, because you're not responding yet. Not violent instincts, not forced outsider, because Misha's not here. It's not in the garden.
Yeah, I'm going to get a tag that the garden can impinge itself on the world a little bit, like I did with the Grudge House, but I don't have that yet.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, so yep. None of your statuses apply, so this is a power 3
Yeah, I'm not even reacting first. I'm testing the waters first.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Snake Eyes.
Wow. Just wow. All right, I actually have to look at the moves I can do because I wasn't expecting that to fail. This is what I get for not expecting things to fail.
Yeah, the dice seem to like toying with your expectations.
They really do. Now, this is a hard move, so see, complicate things big time, deny them something they want, make something horrible happen, turn their move against them, give a status, remove or reduce a status. I think turn your move against you.
Oh dear.
Riley senses the void. She tries to look into Coin's, and she finds this empty, hungry, dark space that is just so black that it sucks the light in from around
I'm trying
itself.
to translate that into a scent because that's how she perceives.
Okay, so it's the complete absence of it. It dulls all the other scents in the room.
Oh, joy. Coin. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And the clock tower.
Yep.
If I look around, will there be a bunch of fours on the wall?
Oh, there's probably a bunch of things that are arranged in fours.
Yeah. Okay. She's getting suddenly very antsy on edge, and I don't know how much of her posture changes, but just suddenly very much goes to getting ready to have a fight.
Coin smiles, a particularly his smile is both amused and mirthless at the same time. It's disconcerting. You're friends with Laura Drake, correct?
Yes.
What do you know about Ms. Drake?
She's going to very, very just kind of clamp up, saying, "Not my business."
I see. Well, loyalty is becoming, if however misplaced in this instance. If you were to tell me what you know about Ms. Drake, I can make things much easier on you during your time here at Clock Tower. On the other hand, if you don't, things can be very hard for someone with your problems.
She's trying to fight, curling the lip right now. Probably her teeth. No, I haven't engaged anything, but probably her teeth are low-key fangs at the moment.
Refusing his offer is, of course, taking a risk still.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what's going to be. I can't use a near to the horrible because I used that on the investigate, right?
It wouldn't be appropriate anyway, mostly.
Yeah, I'm just ruling out in near to the horrible in the sense of definition. I am going to tag explore my free will.
I agree. I think there's a solid case for try to make friends.
Yes. More human? No. I think actually grappling with humanity might be cracking just a little bit here because the thing she just sensed might be something she wants to be less human for. Misha Dawson's not the target. I think it's just those two.
And she's not here.
Do you mind if I tag fellow victims?
No, go right ahead.
So, that's those three. Can't think of anything else.
I can't see anything else. Falling on your sword here isn't actually a weakness in this case.
Yep, we need to read those optional rules.
Oh yes, you could possibly tag that, like, well, I actually have read that section.
Oh, okay.
I would be happy for you to use falling on your sword as a bonus in this case.
Put it as a plus. Okay.
I'm not seeing anything else.
Okay, so detention's not going to work against me in this case?
No, I don't think so, because that's just like detention. I mean, apart from suspension, I guess would be the next step up.
Yeah.
But he's not going to suspend you for this right away.
Right. I don't, like I said, I'm not responding. I'm deliberately not responding. So.
I think unsettled is a minus.
Okay.
But let's go with that.
Okay. Take a risk.
Take a risk.
And it is dynamite.
Oh, goody. Oh, that is perfect. Hard bargain or an ugly choice?
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
I think either either in in attempting to defend themselves or and their friends, Riley lets slip something about Veronica.
Okay. Okay.
Or all right. If you let slip something about Veronica, it will at least reduce your detention status.
Okay.
If you choose not to do that, you will take the full detention state. And and I'd say you monster out a little bit in front of. So he will know that random is something else.
Ooh. I think um her response will be something along the lines of, the vampire can't have her. The death can't have her. Either. So I'm letting slip something about Veronica.
When she mentions the vampire, Coin launches out of his seat, and the room seems to darken as he looms over her. The vampire. Who is the vampire?
Does that satisfy the thing? Because otherwise, at that point, she would probably close her,
Yep,
climb up.
it does satisfy the thing. You can choose not to answer.
Yeah, she's going to clam up and trying
Mm.
not to go into full out growl mode. She's probably uh, gripping the chair underneath her and to avoid tearing off after him.
Mm. He leans slightly closer and says, Veronica Drake, to gauge Riley's reaction.
Which probably would get a reaction. Probably the reaction would be something along the lines of a hiss.
When she hisses back at him, he smiles and pulls back, and the light comes back to the room as if nothing. Well, you seem quite repentant. I am feeling generous. You've put me in an excellent mood. I trust that you will attempt to control yourself in the future, Miss Dawes. After all, we can't expect you to acclimatize to real life so easily, so soon. I think some lenience is in order. Afternoon detention for 1 day. Oh, don't worry. I'll try and smooth things over with your guardian as well.
You can't see it, but I'm narrowing my eyes at the computer screen and bridling.
So,
yeah, go on.
reduce the detention status to 1.
Done.
Mm-hmm. And that will also be temporary.
Okay, cool.
After a little bit of paperwork, Random is free to.
Yep. I've done an afternoon detention before.
Yeah.
Ironically, because I slammed a door because I didn't want to get into a fight.
Oh, wow. School can be bad, can't it?
Yep. High school wasn't as bad for me as middle school. Middle school destroyed my confidence.
Should we move the spotlight to Laura at this point?
I think we're about an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah, just.
And we might want to hold off till as a cliffhanger. We can probably hold off. We've got a fair amount done. We can maybe see if Anne can join us back next week.
This is true. She should be able to. I'm sure we'll get her computer working.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well.
How?
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to do more with Laura, but yeah.
If you want to do more with Laura, you could do that too as well. It would extend things longer, but I think we're already fair. That's fine.
Yeah, we are fairly long. Don't worry about it. Let's break it off here for the night.
Okay.
It's a good stopping point.
Shall we geek out during the credits?
I believe so. I think that's a good plan. You gonna click it, or should I?
I clicked the wrong thing.
That's alright. Alright, how has the crew grown this session?
Oh, well, we engaged in trying to protect each other without going monster.
We did. Laura certainly helped out. Helped out Riley. So should we unburn something?
I think we should unburn something
Yeah.
because we have no
Fellow-
tags there.
Yeah, fellow victims or keep on ticking.
Current situation with the target on the group, I think fellow victims.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? Laura and Riley. I think I put a help on random.
Yep, and Lori stood up for Misha and her, so help for Lori as well. Or Laura, I need to change your name.
Yep. Oh, do I add... Actually, do I even add a help or a her? Because Laura helped random. It wasn't the other way around this time.
It's I know, but you based on a positive if you think it was positive enough to apply, add either hurt or help. If you
Okay,
don't,
I agree. I think it is. I think
Okay.
it was positive enough.
Mhm.
All right.
I have a lot of help and hurt that I need to spend with Elaine. June.
Yeah, I have a lot of help and hurt to spend with random. I don't know if you've seen my character sheet, but I'm going to answer question E on defining event as random being someone that Laura's bonding with.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully we will get to do more of that sort of bonding thing next time. That's one of the things I wanted to get to. We haven't been able to get to.
And
Um,
yeah. I know from the name this is probably a June-oriented story arc. So, and I've made some commentary on what the name reminded me of, and you told me, yeah, it's like that.
yeah, just a bit.
Okay.
Which of your themes is under the most strain? If it collapses, what new aspect will show up in its place? So, I was kind of hoping that Laura would try to bite or Darren this session. At which point, at this point, I would have said that Cure the World was under strain.
Yep. Makes sense.
I still think Cure the World is the most under the most strain.
Yep. Her mission is starting to fall apart. She's starting to fall back into herself a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the whole splintered personality thing is starting to like crack that, and yeah, it's not just falling back on herself, it's also like it's too big a mission, and Laura's a bit too broken to tackle it. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. At least right now.
yeah. So yes, the problem is I don't know what it will crack into. I was considering an adaptation, but there's a whole bunch of things that I could be doing. I'm not So originally I was going to start getting into divination with the Minahaka mythos, but I'm kind of tempted with the splintered personality to start saying that like she's getting torn between quite a few vampire mythos.
Yeah, and I think you'll have enough build-up at that point to do a transformation.
Well, yes, I don't want to do that just yet. I'm saving that.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
I I have a plan.
Ooh, a cunning plan?
It is a very cunning plan. I know what mythos she'll transition into when I do the proper transformation.
Cool. Um, in Random's case, it's grappling with humanity, and I'm not cracking it because I decided not to monster out.
Yep.
Uh, so she stuck to humanity. But she smelled something that was very much not human in that principal's office. So she might be tempted by going back further into legendary again to get enough power to resist.
Mm,
It's either going to be a return to an adaptation or a bastion.
yep.
Because she's getting into that, I need to resist, I need to defend myself better, I need to protect better, and
Mm,
adaptation because I the want to control the world. Um,
yes.
I don't want grappling with humanity to crack just yet, so we'll see. But I think that's the one that's at the most risk.
Yes. I don't think I actually mark any crack on Cure the World now. But that's coming, I think.
Yep.
Need to bring Veronica back into the story too, but that can wait.
Well, she's telepathic. She can start engaging with vampiric mentoring at any given time.
Oh yes, this is a thing. I was going to do a bit of a sequence with Veronica attempting to teach Laura how to feed.
On the blood bond, I was wondering. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I think that's it for tonight.
Yep, and I'll say goodbye.
Okie dokie. I will also say goodbye. Thank you very much. It was fun.
It was. It was a good bit of relaxation.
Yes, much needed. Thank you very much for listening, everyone.
Have a good day.